On the East, the West, they get a little bit interesting. Damian Lillard, DeMarcus Cousins, who is now Kobe's replacement, Mike Conley, and Dwight Howard. I want to talk to you because me and you already agree on one big snub. So,
how the fuck you snub Damian Lillard? How?
I don't understand it. This guy is averaging 21 points a game, and he's just steadily been going up, and I just don't get it, man. This guy.
They're like, nah, we want all this shooting on the floor.
Remember the buzzer he had this year? Reminiscent of the one he hit against the Rockets?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, man.
Nah, let's not put him in.
This guy is sub-zero. He's literally got ice in his veins. And when it comes to a clutch moment, this is, as far as the guy who's coming up, you want the ball in his hands.
Oh, but let's not put him in the All-Star game.
And third-year pro, I mean, listen, the West out there is stacked, man.
And now the bad part is I can't blame the fans for this. Like
no,
I did the starting lineup.
This is the coach.
I can blame the coaches for this when y'all are idiots.
Damian Lillard should be on the team here.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
stop playing Homer and trying to put some of your other guys on there.
I know they replaced DeMarcus Cousins with Kobe Bryant.
Or Kobe with Marcus.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Kobe, I got time.
Because they were running out of big men. They didn't have enough big men.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they ran out of big men there, but Damian Lillard has the right to be pedo. He does.
I think it'll fuel him, too.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a little fuel for him.
I don't know what more Portland's got to do to get 2 All-Stars in there. And LaMarcus Aldridge said, I thought he should have been there.
It's Portland, dude. Much like we were talking about with the NFL scenario.
Portland's have, but the last few years, they had 50-plus win seasons.
It's still Portland. That's what it is. Not enough exposure in Portland.
Which is a shame.
That is what it is. Oh, yeah, it's a shame.
It's a shame.
It is a shame.
And like I said, we talk about DeMarcus Cousins. He got snubbed. But you can't really argue with Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan actually held it down when Kawhi Leonard was out. Tony Parker was out with another injury. And for what Tim Duncan doing at the age 38 is ridiculous. I mean.
Wow, we ain't talking like he's dead and old.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, as far as basketball years, man.
Oh, thanks, Cortez. Yeah, this is getting a lot better.
See, man, I'm starting my partner here, man. I know he's
still can't beat
Tim
me.
Duncan age, so
still can't beat me.
Let's talk about basketball.
Still can't beat me. Oh, sorry.
But it's, I tell you what, man. Tim Duncan, what he is doing here is just impressive. Now, the thing, I don't think Chris Paul, the year he's kind of having, you don't hear much about Chris Paul this year. So that's why I think you probably could have sneaked in Damian Lillard if we used to swap those two out.
Name recognition. And where he plays.
Los Angeles, yeah.
There you go.
But that's one thing.
I tell you.
I just have the year that Chris Paul is having compared to Damian Lillard, I definitely
Damian should have been in instead.
Damian, yeah. I mean, it's one of those where I look at that and I'm like, nah. I can't really argue too much.
I'm glad Dwight Howard's out.
Yeah, Dwight has been
that made me smile.
Me too.
Yeah, I was about to say, you
me
had to
too.
be smiling.
So, now, I can't argue too much. Vucevic lead the league in double-doubles, but you can't really argue in front of him being behind Horford, Millsap, and Bosh.
Again.
So, I mean, you got to give them credit because no one didn't think Atlanta was going to be 33-9.
Yeah, what amazes me, as we talk about how Portland doesn't get people in, that Atlanta is getting people in, but Atlanta's winning at a really high rate is the reason I think they got everybody in. If they were winning at a mediocre rate, kind of like what Portland's doing, if they were winning like they were doing, I don't think they would have got as many people in.
No.
But they were winning at that high rate that you have to put a lot of those guys in that are keys.
And people are saying that.
But I think Vucevic is not getting it because of the Orlando.
Orlando's not doing pretty good on the wins and losses right now. So
But what I really wish they wouldn't have done, I'm glad they named Dwayne Wade just so he gets the All-Star recognition because he definitely deserves it so far what he done this year. But I wouldn't have put him on the team. I'd have been like, look, this is honorable mention. He will give him the All-Star nod, but he's not going to play.
Yeah.
So I'd have gave him the nod, but I'd have been like automatic as soon as I gave him the nod, put somebody in the spot.
Is there anybody else you would replace Dwayne Wade with on this list, in your opinion? the East list here?
Kyle Korver has been. He's been. If we're giving out all-star things for being a middle of the pack guy, then Kyle Korver should make it. I don't think he really has blown me away. Mm-hmm. Brandon Knight, he's done well for what Milwaukee has done.
They're top 6 in the East right now.
Yeah, he definitely. Derrick Rose hasn't played enough. He just hasn't. You can't give a guy who's playing every other game a spot. A guy I would have liked to have seen on the list, Bradley Beal. I like to have seen Bradley Beal on the list of being able to replace somebody. Because he has been, since he's come back, mm-hmm. he's been pretty good.
If I was to go with another wizard, it would be Marcin Gortat.
Yeah, Gortat has played very well.
Gortat's been pretty well too.
But you're talking about position wise.
Yeah.
I was going with position wise.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal definitely, since he has came back.
Yeah.
He's lit a fire under his butt.
Yeah.
And he's played very well.
So that's why I say it's with that Damian Lillard. I agree with you. Me and Kevin agree on that. Is that he's the biggest snub of all, and he's got the right to be peed on.
Biggest snub of all.
So I mean, Damian Lillard is having a fantastic year, and this is where, and this is. I'm super. I don't know if he should do this because this is what.
But I like what he said though. He sees things going on, and he's like, maybe we should add some more spots.
Yeah. To
the All-Star game, which I wouldn't blame him at all, because I would want to see more spots added. Because sometimes I watch these games and you see guys playing minutes, like minutes, and you're like, wait a minute, these guys don't need to be playing these minutes.
Right.
Add a few more guys, let them play. Let them get the recognition.
I'm okay with that, but
because right now you have that period where you have your young stars coming in. You got your older guys that still deserve to get some recognition. Mm-hmm. They're going out.
Yeah.
So you got somebody. So add more. Let some of these younger guys get their little spots in. Give some of the spots to the older guys, but let these younger guys play more minutes and give them some more spots.
Yeah. And
let the older guys just enjoy the All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
But let these younger guys be the one to play in the game.
Part of the fun of this, though, and I'm okay with expanding it, but I'm okay if it stay the same because I like having this debate of who got snubbed, and as much as it's not fun for the guy who's not making a team, it's also fun to have the discussion like, well, this guy should have made this guy.
Well, even if you add a couple more positions, you're still going to have that. You're still going to have these guys getting stubbed. Because right now, you added 2 more guys. You put in Kyle Korver and Kevin Love. You can still make a case for everybody else getting snubbed on this list, too. Mm-hmm. Vucevic has played 10 times better than Kevin Love has. Just because of the team Kevin Love's on, and he's getting recognition.
Yeah, you're right. So that's why it'll be interesting to see what he does as far as make a decision what he's going to do.
Yeah, I would add at least 2 or 3 more positions and let some of these young guys get their shot.
But it is supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game, and you need to get these younger guys in. You need to get them some exposure because you're about to lose a lot of guys. Here in the next few years, a lot of these guys are going to be disappearing.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to get that younger exposure. So get these guys in the game with a few more spots. You'll be able to grow your product some more.
Smart words from Mr. Carter over here. All right, on to the next.
Really, how many more does Tim Duncan have?
Yeah,
how many more does Tony Parker have? How many more does all these? How many more does Dwayne Wade have? How many more does Chris Bosh have? How many more does LeBron have? Mm-hmm. How many more does these guys have
before you start making that transition to new stars? Yeah,
exactly. So just bring them in and let the young stars kind of get in their little groove and let them get their names for themselves.
Yep. All right. There's rumors going around, and actually it's not a rumor, it's been confirmed by Mr. Larry Bird saying that Paul George could return in March after breaking his leg over the summer.
Hold on.
And that he could return. So, as Kevin is over here.
Told you! Oh, sorry.
So, here's the quote that Bird had. It seems like every week Paul is getting better and better. So, we have an opportunity to get into the playoffs, and George can get some games under his belt and get ready to go next year. I always say if a player is ready to play, they got to play.
Yep.
We're not going to hold him back, and if he's able to go out there and play. When you're out there like that, you lose something. I think it's important that he's able to play. He should be out there. Your thoughts about Paul George's possible return?
Agree wholeheartedly. If he's ready to play, let him get out there and play. Sometime eventually you're going to have to come back from this. Sometime eventually you're going to have to come back and play ball. If you're ready, get it out of the way. Much like a rookie quarterback or anybody else, if it's time for them to get into the ball game, put them in the ball game. If they say he's ready, and if he said he's ready, and you got a shot to make the playoffs, which in the East we all know, you could be 5 games out. You still got a chance to make the playoffs. So if he's ready to play, let him play. It's a broken leg. If it healed up right, let him play. Let him get that resurgence back in him. He's going to play right off the bat with a little hesitancy, but it's a broken leg. It's not like he tore his knee all the way completely apart. Once that bone heals on a broken leg, it's better than it was before.
This to me, I think is a bit risky. This is because I think with him being labeled as the franchise player, I don't want anything else to happen to him. Now with Paul George, like you said, it's a bone and it heals, and he did heal pretty quickly, and they have a shot at playoffs.
Yeah, it's not like we're looking at what Derrick Rose did to his knee.
Right.
We're not looking at something that hinders your movement from a side to side lateral position and everything like that. We're talking about something that he fell the wrong way and got it stuck on something.
This is definitely rolling the dice. I mean, and I would, if he was to come back, I would try to make sure it is some kind of mini-cal, make sure you get in the groove and see how he feels.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure, hey, you sure you can go this? And then if you feel like you can go after a couple of weeks, take that mini-cap off, by all means, go for it.
Oh, yeah. Bring him. I don't say bring him back.
Oh, yeah.
And put him in 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree.
I don't say
agree.
doing that. I say you bring him back slowly. If you're able to bring him back sooner than March and slowly get him back into the game, bring him back. If they say he's ready, if he can play, if the doctors say he's fine and ready to play, which I think they've said that the bone is fully healed, he's just got to get his muscle memory back and get everything rolling again. But if they said that was the case, then let him go. Let him come back and play. I see no problem with him playing this year.
Yeah.
Which I thought he would be playing this year anyway, right after the All-Star break.
I just said make sure they do be careful.
Oh yeah, you got to make sure.
This is your franchise guy on the line here.
Yeah, but I have no problem with him coming back and playing.
This side, well, I look at it too, man. It's really a win-win situation for them. They can still get Paul George in the midst of things and see how he works, and if they make it to the playoffs, great. If not, they can get another decent piece in the lottery as far as the draft pick.
And they still got him rolling a little bit. Right. You want him to be able to go into next year with some confidence in his leg. Mm-hmm. And that's why I thought all along that he would come back sometime this year. Because it was we say just a broken leg. Yeah. But we've seen a lot of people break their legs and come back and still perform. Yeah. Just this weekend, Anderson Silva came back from his broken leg thing. They made a big gigantic deal about it. I'm like, he broke his leg. Let's go. Broken legs heal in 3-4 months. Yeah. You're ready to go again. You're back walking on it. I broke my wrist, was playing basketball. The next day I got my cast taken off. I took no time off. But that's different than running. Mm-hmm. But it's still, your wrist is a big factor in whatever you do. If you fall down, you're going to kind of baby it. Yeah. But I see no problem with it. If he can come back, good for him. Let him play ball and get some under his belt and get him ready.
All right. And finally, last, the Hawks streak comes to an end. They was on a beautiful streak. They beat some good teams, man. They started back in December 27, and right now it ended last night. They played the Pelicans.
Impressive.
But Bucks, Cavs, Jazz, Trailblazers, Clippers, Grizzlies, Pistons, Wizards, 76ers, Celtics, Raptors, Bulls, Pistons, Pacers, Thunder, T-Wolves, Nets, Trailblazers, 76ers. Very impressive. I mean, for this team, what's your thoughts about the Hawks, man? Are they for real, man?
I don't think they're for. I think we talked about this before when they started doing a little streak. Mm-hmm. I said a lot of teams run off the streak, but then they kind of settle back down. I think they're a very good team. I think they're a good team, and they kind of running off the Spurs mentality. Yeah. But the Spurs, where they have some superstars and stuff, this team really don't have a superstar per se. They got a bunch of really good players. Mm-hmm. and I think they'll be